So today is assemble benches and footstools day, but I had a busy morning, so I decided to lay down. And now I'm being held down against my will. There's my other one. My other one. I'm swinging around. My other one. So it's a community nap, and they are required before doing intensive labor of any sort. Just saying, we'll get started here in a minute. I remember one time he was building a bench for me, or a bookcase, which I still have. And I came over to pick it up and it wasn't done. And he's like, hold on, I just gotta do this and this. And he went in there to finish it and he cut the tip of his thumb off. And hello again. It is the same afternoon as the video of repairing the shade sail and getting it ready and secure for the winter. And so now I am moving on to the second half of the day, which is starting on assembling the footstools and benches and risers. I've already brought all the wood from the truck into the back patio and have started making some legs. I'm talking little legs for the risers. I kind of have to work up to something to figure out how I want to do it. There's my mealy. Hello, Jacks. I don't know if y'all could see him. They're enjoying me being home for a change. It kind of takes me a while to work up to something that I want to be good, that I'm concerned about. I don't want to mess it up, so I got to get everything right. I realized that whenever I cut the 2x3s for legs for the benches and footstools, that I didn't cut any cross boards to stabilize them, because all of the skinny benches that I've seen online, a lot of them didn't have them, but they were using 2x6 for the tops and like 1x2s or something for the legs. I don't know, but these legs that I have are pretty chunky and they are holding up some substantial weight. So they need to have a crossboard between the legs if they're going to be decorative, and they need to have one underneath if they're going to be for sitting on. So that changes things a little bit. I do have some scrap pieces that I can cut for a few, but most likely I'm going to have to go back out and get some more. So this afternoon, since I'm still working up to it, this afternoon I thought that I would work on the little guys, the risers that while they're still going to be thick, because they're 2 inches thick, like real 2 inches, not like in the store it's like a 1 3/4. They're like solid 2 inches thick and they're pretty hefty. I'm gonna work on getting some of the little guys done. Also, I'm not just going to use the 2x6s. I'm going to use some of the scrap wood that I have from previous projects that Tony did. And anyway, so I'm just going to play around and get those kind of things cut. And maybe if Tony gets home early enough today, pick his brain and let him bolster my confidence and give me some tips, and maybe just build one of the benches and see how it goes. I don't know why I'm so scared. I guess just because I don't want to waste the lumber that I have, and I want them to be good. Like, they're going to be very rustic and all of that, but also want them to be pretty. I don't want them to suck. Anyway, I'm going to go. I already marked some of the links for the little feet. I guess I should say that I am not going to go buy more stuff. I'm not going to go buy the cute little plastic feet or the little decorative feet or anything. I'm going to use what I have. So again, super rustic and mismatchy and all of that stuff is fine. That's the look that I'm going for. So what I'm doing right now is I am cutting some 2x2s that were actually from up there. They used straight nails and staples to hold those suckers in, and it did not work with West Texas wind and weather. So some of those have came off. We used to have a shade sail over this whole thing too, and it was really nice and cool back here. But those nails were sticking up, and just after 2 years, just ripped holes all in it, and it was tattered and it looked horrible. So we finally had to take that down. These little pieces right there, hang on, I don't know, there's a little piece over there and a little piece over here that are still hanging on. But anyhow, those 2x2s had came off or were warped and twisted and had to be pulled off, and I'm going to use those for feet for the risers. So that's my plan, and let's go get to cutting. So the sun is coming down on this, so sorry about the lighting. I did want to say real quick, I am very, very cautious. It's too bright. I'm very, very cautious whenever I'm using power tools. My dad was a woodworker, and he was on blood thinners for his heart, and he was bleeding out a lot, and started to call the ambulance. He's like, no, we don't have time for that. They put him in the car. My mom and my stepmom put him in the car and went down to the fire station, which was 2 blocks away, and they stopped his bleeding and everything, put his thumb on ice, which they didn't reattach. The funny story about that though is my son Kevin was little. He was like, 4, something like that, maybe 5. And he was scared to death because he was there, and it was like traumatic for him, and he was so upset. And my dad put him on his knee, and he had the stitches were sticking up like little hairs, and he drew a face on his thumb and made it look like hair, and was dancing and made him laugh, and he was kind of crying and laughing. He kind of felt relieved that it wasn't scary anymore. Anyway, so I'm very cautious, and I go real super slow. There's no sense in losing an appendage for not taking your time. So because of that, and because I can't see very well over there, I'm going to take the time and put up another sunblock so that I can see, and I'm not battling shadows and getting my fingers in there. Also, there are a few things to know about when you're cutting wood with this kind of saw, miter saw, which couldn't remember what it was called yesterday. Tony and I finally remembered. Pulled it out of the brain. Sometimes that's hard. Is if you have short pieces to cut, you want to cut them first and then leave your long bits for the end so your hand is way far away. I don't have any push bars or clamps or anything like that here, so I'm just not going to get my hands anywhere near there. So I'll show you what I mean in a minute, but for now, give me a sec. I'll be right back. I'm gonna put up some more shade. I apologize for my low quality videos, but you work with what you got, and that's what I got right now. So what I have done, if I can find them now. Where are they? I have lost all my marks. How is that even possible? Oh, there they are, because I flipped it around. Okay, so what I've done is I have marked this with pencil. I want 2-inch feet for the little ones. So 2-inch, 2-inch, 2-inch for those. For 3-inch, for 4-inch, and 5-inch. Now, like I said, I do have one down here that I need, and I'm going to cut the remainder of it off. So I'm not left with this little bitty thing I'm trying to cut. I'm gonna cut this off first. Very loud, but my hearing's getting bad. Probably because I never wore these my whole life until I met Tony, and he strongly suggests it. So I already cut these off. This is what was being used to hold these boards on top of the pergola. These are trash. Okay, more saw cutting tips. Use, as my son pointed out to me yesterday actually, use your dominant hand to control and your weaker hand to hold, and always wait until the blade stops spinning. He didn't tell me that, I already knew that. Wait until the blade stops spinning to move anything. These things can kick pretty hard and they can flip things out, so you gotta be careful and watch some tool safety videos before you try this. All right, so that one is cut. My shortest pieces now are at this end. So these are the 2 inches, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. I don't want to cut this and then only have this much left for my hand I'll be holding on to. So I'm going to cut them first, and then I'm going to leave the bigger pieces to hold on to last. Also, always go slow. Don't get in a hurry. And these do not have to be perfect for me. I can sand them, and if they're woppy jawed, I don't care, because that's what I'm going for. Got some splinters here, so you can tell, or maybe you can't, these are not the same height, but the boards are crooked too, so I can finagle with it and try to make it as level as I can, but the boards aren't perfect either, so I'd be like defeating the purpose to try to make these perfect when the board's crooked. Whenever one of these being higher might be helpful. Probably a confidence thing, but being cautious ain't gonna hurt nobody. 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch, 4 inch, 5 inch. So what it's going to end up looking like is this little guy, 4 feet. That looks ridiculous. Nope. I saw on Etsy or something, they had little things like this. That is too small. Yeah, that's kind of cute. I could do that. This is cedar, really light. So that's a little riser. And then if I was using, and that is 6 inch wide. If I was using the 2 inch ones, cute. And then from there, 3-inch. I think this is too skinny. Ah, it's all right. That's not bad. Let's just keep going. 4-inch. Yeah, see, that looks a little disproportionate to me. So I would use something more like this. Not as long, of course. Maybe cut it right there for the 5-inch. And then the 6-inch. Let's see. This is fun. It's like Lincoln Logs or something. It's okay. I don't think I'm a huge fan. I wonder what the 2-inch board would look like. Have a stool. Okay, so the 2-inch board, this is hefty. This is heavy. So it would be cut down, and it would have to have some kind of pocket screws or something, or braces. Anyway, let's see. I don't know. It's okay. Maybe if they were angled. Yeah. I think if they were angled, it might be cuter. Yeah, that made a difference. Okay, so if I was going to use 5 inches on the 2s, they would have to be angled. Just to show you, since we're doing show and tell here, what these were going to be. Like that. It's pretty cute. Now, granted, I'm going to have a sale, like a front yard sale or a sale outside of my aunt's shop or somewhere, and to sell benches and footstools and stuff, and the crosses that I built a long time ago that are gorgeous, that we made like 20, 30 of them and only sold one. So I'm going to try to sell those again too. So the benches and footstools and stuff are going to be more high dollar, $30, $40, $50, $100, depending on the how big they are. But I wanted some little things too, like this, you know, for $5, $10, $15. So people will have a variety. If they don't want something big and they took the time to stop, you know, they might grab something little. Yeah, so is that the way these are gonna go? Yeah, like that. Do I have it upside down? Okay, that looks better. I was like, it didn't look right. That looks better with the legs angled inward. So again, I know those guys are gonna go together. I wonder even if the little ones that look disproportionate, if they would look better at an angle. Yeah, I think they would, but I'm not gonna put my little fingers in there to cut that angle. So the next board I have more, like I said, I'll cut at a 10 to 15 degree angle, and try it that way. I do have my jigsaw and a circle saw, but again, the same thing applies. I like my fingers. I don't want them to go away, so not worth the risk. Yeah, I'm gonna stop here and get a drink of water and then see if I can be brave enough to attach some things. Or maybe I'll just cut some more of these. Now that I know I can make these littles, I'll just cut some more of these. So they'll be ready to go. I came up with a plan for these guys. They are 3.5 inches, not 6. So I didn't like them big with this on here. It just looked just dinky and like I wouldn't buy that. So when I moved it in though to 8 inches, it wasn't too bad. That's 8 inches and it's kind of cute. Also, it's cute at 8 inches. I'm gonna try not to drop you with the dog ear. You just have to take my word for it right now. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make 10 of the straight 8 inch, and I'm gonna do 10 dog ear straight edge, and then I'm gonna use these 1 inch cuts. So I'm gonna need 4 legs on each one. So 10 times 4 is 40 1 inch. Yeah, so I know that's not, I also have a plan for the other guys over there. I know that's not benches and footstools, but that's easy and I can do those cuts real quick. So I'm gonna do that. Also, I'm pretty happy sitting down on this stool, but I am not going to cut with that all in my face, but I am gonna mark these boards real quick. So I went through and I picked them out. The ones that are straight, I'm gonna use the knotted ones, the ones with the defects and stuff, because they look cool. So I'm gonna make those. And since they're straight, they need a little bit of added character. The character for these guys, this doesn't have any knot holes. It kind of has a difference in colors, which is cool. But they don't have any knot holes, but the interest part will be the dog ear edge. So I have to remember to keep that edge and cut this edge. So I'm gonna just start out by marking 8 inches. I'm marking in the middle because when you put this thing down, it kind of goes, actually, it doesn't. On this board, it goes out here. So I'm gonna mark on the outside edge. And it's unplugged, not a dodo head. Okay, maybe I am, but I'm not that dumb. Okay, so I'm only marking one of these. After I cut it, I'll just cut the other ones. And this guy, same thing. The total width is going to be 8 inches. So I still need this to be the outside edge, and then I'll have to cut the dog ears. Okay. Let's do that real quick. Yeah, so this wood stool is, it's handy. And it's not too big, it's not in the way or anything, so we'll use it for all kinds of stuff. Okay. This one has a really interesting detail down here on the dog-eared edge. I do like this, but I think it'll be nicer on the dog-eared edge. May as well take advantage of that. I'm not gonna sand these much, but we're gonna switch these. This one has a good detail, so. 80. 2 times 4 is 8. 80 1-inch cuts. That's a lot. It also means I need 80. Okay, there was a piece of wood underneath keeping it from turning. Now that it is turned, I'm going to lock it right here. This is the lock. You squeeze this under here to move it. There's a pin right here to move it. Set it at the degree you want it. I have it at a 45 and then push it down to lock it. And now this can be straight and it'll do my 45-degree cut. And then flip it around to the other side. Go. Some little visors. Okay. I'm not sure if that's worth $5 or $8. Might charge more for the difficulty or the scariness of learning how to do it. Anywho, done now. I've got to cut a bunch of these. All right, before I cut 80 1-inch feet, I'm gonna go ahead and do my next sets. I know that those guys are already cut. I'm gonna do some with the 6-inch, which, just to be clear, it's 5.5 probably. 5.5, a 6-inch board is really 5.5. So with these guys, I'm gonna do some, I decided I like them. So they're cheap and easies. So going to do some at 8-inch, some at 12-inch for each height. And then as they get longer, these guys, the 5-inch ones, they just look dumb to me sitting up, but I can do them sideways. So they are like, they're like that, and they're still pretty cute. I don't think I'm gonna do the dog ears. I don't know, I might do some with dog ears and some without. I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna do 10 of each like I did on the little guys. I don't know that I have that many boards. These boards were supposed to be the doors for my little shed, my little garden tool shed. But they've been in there so long they're warped. And while having warped is good for little crafts, I don't want warped for my doors. So I'm gonna need new wood for those doors whenever it's time to build them. One of the many projects I need to do still. But right now, I'm gonna mark these and figure out how many I want of each. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sizes, some 8, 5 sizes, 2 different lengths. I'll figure it out and then we'll get started. All right, I've been sitting here debating on how many of these I want to make of each size. I know that I want to have some with the 1 inch and the 6 wide. I already got all those 1 inch with the 3.5 wide. But I want some of these 8 inch and some of these 12. Or do I? Do I need that many? Do I? Okay. I piled these up for 4. I'll just do 4 of each. All of the rest of these are gonna be this board. So I'll do 4 of each size for each height and go from there. So the ones that already have dog ears, I'm gonna dog ear them. Since it's already there on one side, may as well just dog ear the other side, it's cute. And yeah, so that's the plan. I'm just gonna cut and move and cut and move. So the first one is 8 inch for this size and 8 inch for this size. So I need 8 inch, so that's 2 of these. This only does 6 inches. I guess one will be dog-eared and the other one won't. I don't have to measure all of them. Help if my thing would work. There we go. Okay. Oh, I did find Tony's clamps that'll hold them all together. So they'll cut evenly. These are gonna be dog-eared. Another set of 8. These will not be dog-eared. That is 2 of my 10-inch cuts and 1 of my 12-inch cuts. I'm gonna go ahead and pause this. I gotta get some more boards and we'll finish it. Okay, so I need one 10-inch set and two 12-inch sets. Plus 12. Plus 12, I have no idea. 22, 32, 33, 34. Okay. Yeah, I don't want to cut. That is so pretty. I don't want to cut it. I can't worry about that for every single board. I don't know what the ones underneath look like, so I'm just gonna do it. I guess two different boards have pretty parts. Cricket. Okay, these up. Alright, that is it for the big cuts. It is getting late. I don't know what time it is. I have probably a couple 100 feet to cut, and got to figure out if I'm going to do glue or screws or what. The only screws I have here are for the big stools and stuff. I don't know that I want a whole bunch of little feet hanging around. Maybe I shouldn't cut them until I'm ready for them. No, I'm gonna cut them. Figure out what time it is. I'm gonna go ahead and cut them, and that's probably gonna be it for the day. And all the legs, let me just show you real quick. All right, these guys, these big, beautiful, true 2x6s. This is even. This one right here is a 3, almost a 2.5, really almost a 3. These guys are going to be my tabletops, and these guys are going to be my bench tops and stuff. All of those. So I already have the legs for those cut. Like I said, Kevin and I cut them. So this isn't very many, but these are straight and these are angled at 10. I feel like maybe I should have done 15 now, but we'll see whenever I get to the assemble part. But that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 like that. And I can also do, I have these guys right here that would be really pretty as tabletops. I was going to make that one. Anyway, I can also do legs out of these. I can cut one in half and then cut legs down. So I could do a lot out of that. 12 of these with these kind of legs are ready to go. And yeah, and these are all the cuts we did just now. Y'all did with me. The dog ears, I still need to cut these dog ears, and those dog ears, I'll do that. I'll get that done, and I'll cut some feet. And yeah, I think you've got the gist of me cutting, so I'll get those done real quick, and then yeah, that'll be it for today. All right, got these feet made. That's for these and these, and these and these, and those. Over here, I got all of these made. So I need 3 more sets of 4, and then I need all of the 3 more sets of 3-inch, and then I need all of the littles. All of these over here are the littles. So I need all the 2 inches and the 4 inches to cut steel. I know that there's a loose board right up there because when I was tying up the shade sail, I felt it. It was just sitting up there, so I still have that board that I can use. But that is it for today. Yeah, but that is enough for today. I'm gonna go ahead and try to get this video posted, and then next day, which hopefully tomorrow, I'm gonna just buy the bullet and start assembling the bigs, because those are the ones that are important. These little ones, you know, I can assemble them inside the house in the evening or when it's cold out or something, but these big ones, those are the ones that I really want to get done. So we'll start on that tomorrow. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. If you have any tips, suggestions, whatever, likes, complaints, put it in the comments, and I'll see you next time on Lacewing Lane.